Today I'll be competing against two other ERLC YouTubers in a Roblox driving test, the winner taking home 10,000 Robux. Subscribe to help us reach 500k and let me show you what these tests consist of. Stage 1 is usually referred to as the moose test, swerving in and out of these cones for good, precise driving. Stage 2 is overtaking, simply using the indicators and changing lanes to avoid a road obstruction. Stage 3 is reverse parking, by far the most difficult. And lastly, stage 4 is road alignment, ensure you're following signs and driving correctly. Now, the last time I completed this test was over a year ago, so to make sure I have a chance of passing this, I'm going to get Ollie to help me with some practice. 4 hours until the driving test, and we're going to pick up Ollie and he's going to take me down to a little test center we've done.
Good morning. I'll be your driving instructor today. So if we could just take a left onto Freedom, please.
Right, so what would you like me to start with?
So could you back up to the barrel cone back there, please?
Of course, of course.
So spin around between now and the sign, and then you're going to need to reverse park into the cones on the bridge.
Okay, understood. Quick turn here. Now, obviously, we're blocking all 3 lanes at this point, but that's not the point of this. We're just trying to practice my reverse. There we go. So nicely in. This is the one I did really bad on in my first test. That was okay. Right, let me try this one more. The more I can do this in one swift, smooth motion, the better it's going to be. Oh, that was beautiful. I'm not exactly parallel with the cones, but that was pretty much one smooth motion into the parking lot.
It's pretty good. I'd say just take it slow and make sure you get like perfectly in the middle.
Yeah.
As you see, you're a bit off center. So if you see that and you're going slow enough, you can have time to react and straighten up while you're still moving.
Yeah, smart.
All right, so can you take a right out here and just stop by the barrel cones over there? All right, so I'm going to need you to go right on the first one and then just weave in and out until you get to the barrel cones at the end.
This one's really difficult because if you go wide on one, then it really does offset all your other ones. So we want to stay quite tight to these cones here. And not bad.
Yeah, didn't hit anything, so that's a win.
There we go. Oh, no. Okay.
Oh,
Accelerated
right.
a bit too fast out there. Sorry. All 3 of us have done this driving test before. Amaze, myself, and Officer John. I think Amaze did it just after me and Officer John did it a couple months later. I think if I were to fail on one of these, it would have to be the parking. But yeah, I think we've got a good shot at this, to be honest. Thank you, Ollie, for taking me around the streets here, getting me a bit of prep this morning. So, I'm not sure if we'll be aiming for a leaderboard position here, but... Well, hold on. This person's rated R. I was rated E, so technically I'm above this person, right?
I'm not sure how it works, to be honest.
Either way, I just need to score higher than the other 2 YouTubers, and then that'll be me winning. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Hopefully I'm going to do you proud in the test.
I believe in you. Don't worry.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. I'll let you know how it goes. Now it was time for the real thing. All 3 YouTubers in game, the testers lined up, and the course prepared. So last of us, Officer John, myself, and then Amaze plays at the front there in our nicely color-coded Dodge Chargers. And we've each got our own instructor. So Amaze will be paired up with his. There we go. So Amaze is paired with his instructor in his baby blue car, getting things ready. Right, there we go. And Amaze Plays is underway with a very strong start, I will say, using all of the road possible and through the moose test successfully. Stopping at the speed bump, he now moves on to obstacle avoidance using his blinkers, which he deployed very late, unless there's a bug on my screen. But there we go, right back into the right lane. So I'm not sure if there'll be some marks deducted for that. We'll have to wait and see. As he now rounds the corner and makes his way over to the parking test. This is what I believe could be the deciding factor. So let's see. Oh, very nicely done. Okay, that's definitely a different technique to what I've been practicing, but parks it pretty solid and pretty dead straight in the parking spot. So I got to give it to him. Well done. Good park. Now turning around and making his way onto the last test, which is quite simply road positioning. So let's see. That's pretty dead center. Beautiful. Yep, no faults there. So it is going to be quite close. Like, none of us are terrible drivers in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, I really don't know who's actually going to come out victorious in this, because it is quite close. And there we go. Comes back up to finish the test.
Definitely keeping this in my
And then
videos.
Or
Obi,
Ran out of fuel.
I think we're gonna do the same thing.
Wait, did he run out of fuel?
I've got
Yeah.
no fuel. I'm
Yeah.
stuck here.
Oh, gosh. Okay, well, good timing.
Okay,
I
I'm
guess.
just gonna respawn it. This makes no sense.
Right, now it is my turn. If I can even just match my result from the first time I did this test, I think I'll be happy. So, yeah, I suppose let's do this. Nice and clean through the left, through the right. Just like a maze, use all parts of the road. There we go. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I think that was a solid first attempt. Right, I'm going to take a left here, indicate, and then we're going to indicate back afterwards. Nah. Did you see that? The in-game indicators turned off halfway through the turn. Look at that. So next up is reversing. So we're just going to drive it cleanly in here, up there. I screwed that up so badly. No way. Okay. I didn't leave myself enough room to turn. I always mess up when it's the real deal. I was fine in practice. I just got here and it's all falling apart. There we go. That's pretty dead center in the road. We're going to come to a nice stop. Put on our indicator for turning left and then take the left here. There we go. Beautiful. And come to a stop here. The indicators as well. I really need to turn off the automatic indicators, wherever those are. Auto blinkers. Disable that. That messed me up because they turned off halfway through the turn. I wasn't even done changing lanes and they turned off. That screwed me up so badly. And end up with a nice drift, I guess. There we go. Now, last but not least is Officer Johnson. He's been able to watch over myself in a maze and, well, I guess take a look at what we've done wrong and see how he can improve. So, high hopes for this one. Let's see how it goes.
They're talking about that this requires a lot of speed. So we're just going to try to do as best as we can, trying to get a lot of speed. I think we got to stop at the speed bump. Perfect.
Does he have the same issue with the indicators? No, he's turned them off. Or he's turned off that setting. Good stuff. Okay, so I think I'm the only one that improperly used indicators on that one. Right, up next is going to be the reverse challenge. Yeah, this is my issue. I parked so close. Look at that. That's so much better. Yeah, that's what I should have done. Either way, nicely done. Nicely done from John. Parked well there. Now we're going to do a turn. Okay, came to a stop here. Lovely. Right, and proceeded on. Good stuff. Okay, good stuff. I'm very unhappy with mine, to be perfectly honest. I do not think I did well whatsoever, and my training should have reflected better in this. Now that all the tests have been completed, instructors are going to go back, tally up their notes, and see which results we got. In the meantime, we had some, well, interesting discussions in voice chat.
You just drive through.
So wait, what if someone wanted to
One road.
immigrate from Nevada to California?
That you can't. That's not possible.
But there's nothing stopping you. Just jump the fence.
You're not an immigrant if you go from one state to the other.
What if you jump to Texas where you get shot?
Jump to
Huh?
Texas. How do you jump to Texas?
Yeah, you have to jump over that big line. It's like these huge
What
lines,
big
like the
line?
whole square.
No.
Oh, you see
Oh,
this?
wow.
This is
Look at that, bro.
glazed.
Look at that.
This is glazed.
Look at this. Look
Wait,
at this.
no. This is glazed.
Hand in your license.
Yeah, well, you kind of corrected it. Hold on. So how much do I give that? I actually think 79 is pretty appropriate, but I'll give you 77.
Okay, my results are on the way. Apparently my scorecard is designed. Oh, and my results are here. Right. Yeah, that's a bit embarrassing. Okay, so 81, 93, 80, 79, 83, 84, 76, 77. So the Amaze and John were fairly close. And then what happened to me? Feedback from the rater. You unfortunately went far too slow on the first part of the test, had a huge negative impact on your overall score. Overtaking was good, parking was slightly off, and the spacing test was like usual. So looking at the scores from the instructors, Amaze got an average of 83.2, I got an average of 75, and Officer John had an average of 80. So it was close, but I was definitely at the back end of that. Now, I just want to show you as well, if we go into the pinned messages here, you can see right back on the 1st of January 2024, this was when I did my first test. As you can see here, we got pretty decent marks as well. 97, 98, 86. These are top grade marks right here. So it's a shame I couldn't put together a performance like this again because That would have left me right at the top. Right, Ollie. I think we can both safely say that was not a good performance from me. I think I crumbled under the pressure, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, too slow on the moose test. That is just purely down to not knowing. Arguably, they should have told you, but then again, maybe if you actually looked at the website before you did it, you'd have a little bit of an advantage.
Whoops. I thought I'd be coming away with that with a clean victory, but obviously I just didn't perform on the day. So thank you, Ollie, for your help earlier. I'm just sorry I couldn't convert that to a good result. So very big thanks to everyone who made this video possible, and of course congratulations to Amaze for winning this challenge. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you did enjoy this, and hopefully we can do more of these collaborative events in the future, as it was quite fun. Anyways, take care, and I'll see you all in the next one.